Morning class. Today's video we're going to do a little bit more with domain and range of exponentials. However, we're going to add in the asymptote. So in our formula it'll say y equals a parentheses b raised to the x. This time we're going to have plus the k value. Now, the k value for exponentials, this is going to be our asymptote. The a value and the b value, remember from yesterday, right? The a value is going to tell us our y-intercept, and the b value is going to tell us our base. Now, there is an additional thing we need to do with our y-intercept and our asymptote. So today we're actually not going to calculate it. It will give us, it will make a lot more sense to do the a and the k when we get into growth and decay, which we'll get into later on this week or early next week. Now, a few things for us to know. If we have a positive a value, that means your exponentials are going to be above. So it'll either open up like this or it'll open up like this. If you have a negative a value, this is when the values are going to be below. So you may have one that looks like this, or you may have one that looks like this. Now, and this is the reason that I didn't want to do the y-intercepts today. If no a is written, so if you just had like a b and no a, then a is equal to 1. Or if it was negative, it could be a is equal to negative 1 if it's listed as a negative a. But if there's no a listed, it's not going to be a 0, it's a 1. If there's no k listed, it's going to be a 0. Now, let's just find the domain and range of each of these. So, this first one, y equals 3, parentheses 2. Let's find our domain first. It's all real numbers, right? In our range, well, if we look, there's no plus a number over here. That k is not there. So your k value is 0. So y is 0. Our a value is positive, right? So it opens up, so its y's are greater than 0. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show this to you on the graph. So go into your y equals, and let's type in 3, parentheses 2, and raise it to the x power. When we hit graph, we see that the asymptote there is at y equals 0. It does hit at positive 3, so this intercept would be good. And the base is 2. That just tells us how much it's growing by. The range, you compare to the asymptote, the y's are all above 0, so it's y greater than 0. Now, let's look at the second one. It's positive, so we know it's going to open up either like this or like this. Domain is all real numbers. And range, comparing our y values to the asymptote. This time we have one written, negative 1. Since it's positive, it's opening up. Y's are greater than negative 1. So number 3. Now, this one is why we're not doing the y-intercept today, because it's going to change based on combining both of those values. But our domain is still all real numbers. Our range, it's at plus 2. We're comparing our y values to positive 2. Since our a here is not written as positive 1, they're going to be above 2. Let's try 4, 5, and 6. 4, domain, still all real numbers. This one is a negative, so this is going to be y's are less than our asymptote, which in this case was positive 4. Domain, still all real numbers. Range, well, it's positive, so we're comparing our y's to this plus k, which is nothing, so we're comparing it to 0. Since it's positive, they're above. Number 6, range, all real numbers. Or sorry, domain, all real numbers. Range, this is a negative, so we know our y's are less than. And once again, we don't have a k value. It's plus 0, so its y's are less than 0. I'm going to stop the video here. We're going to work a few more on the next video.